it done. And yet here it is. The defensive mastery on display, of course, had to be given an opening. No! I said it at just the wrong moment.
Oh my goodness.
He moves his bishop away. It's very unclear the point of that move.
What?
Does Magnus have an immediate knockout? Does Magnus Carlsen have a win right now?
What? He's got many
wins.
That two that give a 6-point advantage, and then a third option that still gives him a 2-point advantage, all better than what he just had a moment ago.
Why would he not pick up that pawn? Why would Hikaru let this slip like this? And this was the moment. Everything under control. Just get greedy with it. Bishop to a2, the bar shoots up. This is lost. What's the move?
The first, I think, might feel fairly obvious to some people, right? That h-pawn was attacked. We were asking Hikaru to pick it up. Okay, naturally, let's just get that pawn out of trouble. Move it to h4. The second option, bishop move with discovered check.
Wow. Pawn to h4 is really clever. It stops the black rook from going behind as well. You're asking black to block that line from behind. I think you can win by force in that variation.
He's reaching out for the bishop. He gives the check. Is this the check that you were talking about as the second
That's the second best, but just by the tiniest margin. It's still a 6-point advantage here for Magnus Carlsen.
It's the same idea. The black king now, if it goes back, white will be able to push the pawn forward with gain of time. The white bishop is coming around to control that corner square. Hikaru realizing now, he shook his head. The bishop is coming around. It's unstoppable. That bishop getting to the long diagonal, covering the promotion square of that pawn.
Oh my goodness.
And he realizes, it dawns on him.
No.
That was the moment. That was the moment. It was in his hands.
There was no reason to move that bishop. That makes no sense.
This game, I mean, he literally...
Oh my goodness.
He was in such a tough spot the entire way. He held, he found his way back into it. He was right there.
And he's about to resign.
And realization sets in.
It's the Nepo, look to the right, just before you resign. That white H-pawn is just going to promote.
And he knows it, and Magnus knows it as well. That it's all turned around in a matter of one move. What made Hikaru move that bishop? Not under threat.
And there are some tactical details here. Magnus can actually win in a variety of ways. If the king steps up the board, I think he should move it next to the pawn. I think this is the best bet, and Magnus can win this in so many ways already. At the very least, you can play this move that James mentioned, pawn to h4, just to block the h-file, stop the black rook from coming in from behind. There might be other ways. You can give a check with the white rook first, as Tanya was pointing out.
Then just push the pawn, and nothing stopping it from queening, now that the h-file is under white's control.
Yeah, same idea. I think even in a different order would work. Giving a check first with the white rook. The black king cannot hold things. Look at Hikaru. He knows he's just self-destructed on this last move. The most obvious move there was to take the pawn. It was by far the best move, the most logical move. And yet he didn't see it, maybe.
And the most heartbreaking part is that he had done everything right until that point. You know, got the knights off the board, holding on a difficult position. And he realizes that this is gone.
Oh. My heart breaks for him in this moment.
One move. One move. So close.
Yeah.
The kind of move you'll think about for a very long time as well. You're going to want that one back. Hikaru wants it back right now. It's not an option for him, obviously, so he's using that last minute and 30 seconds on the clock to see if there's any other resources available to him.
I don't even know if his mind is there. I think he's just thinking about what he missed. It was so important for him to use this moment, to grab this pawn, to get the rook behind Magnus's queening pawn. All of the winning ideas are based on the white pawn moving 2 steps forward and then eventually queening regardless where Hikaru moves his king. And both of them know that's what's coming up next.
Yeah, the rook would have been actually very safe as well behind that white pawn, safe from all these discovered checks that we might be about to see. Just hard to explain from Hikaru. He had nearly 5 minutes when he made that move. He should have spent all of those 5 minutes then and there, because the rest would have been quite straightforward. But hard to explain, hard to fathom.
It tells me he felt there was something in that move.
Magnus Carlsen is seconds away from getting his first win here of this big finals clash. And just when it felt like it was slipping away.
He never gives you a third chance. And unfortunately for Hikaru, though, it comes at a mistake of his own here, giving it back in the end. 20 more seconds.
He could have an hour on the clock and it wouldn't help.
No, I'm just saying 20 seconds until we see that handshake extended. He's going to let the time run out here.
10 seconds.
Thinking on what could have been.
He's just going to let this run out.
Could have bought himself a draw. Could have entered day 2 on even footing. There's the handshake. Magnus Carlsen, the world #1, takes down Hikaru Nakamura in day 1 of our finals here in Paris, France. You can see the disgust for Hikaru, disgust in his own play.
Magnus asking him why he didn't take the pawn. Magnus said, I missed it as well. You could just take the pawn. And Hikaru just shaking his head. I think he just missed it. A mutual blind spot there.
And he's still looking at it. He can't believe it. He's still figuring out why didn't he do it so close to actually wrapping this one up, to saving this critical half point. Hikaru Nakamura still can't believe it.
And I can't blame him. I can't blame him. You're moments away from earning that draw. After what was a defensive battle the entire way, Magnus Carlsen advantaged nearly every step of the way. And yet Hikaru will fall down in the end. I can report for those at home that there was one more result while we were on